Welcome to Valley Boys TCGCK here, and today I'm bringing you a quick little gameplay to start off our BT14 videos. We have Sukamon versus Machinedramon. Now, the Machinedramon list didn't have too many updates, but the Sukamon list is definitely a new build. So here we see a Platinum Suka being built on the left, and we have Machinedramon starting to build on the right. We see them get up to Gardromon, and they decide to go into the Metal Mamemon, which is actually going to be a big problem for Sukamon because Metal Mamemon's effect to pop something that's less than 5 cost, and most of Sukamon's, basically everything under the level 5 is a 5 cost or less. So if he gets up to a Machinedramon next turn, he can just swing away and start destroying. But because of that, we elect to leave the Platinum Sukamon on board because Platinum Sukamon, when deleted, has the ability to de-digivolve. So we can really cycle in that Platinum Sukamon to be annoying here, and we just drop a couple of other Sukamons on board. I know the glare is kind of hard to see, so apologies for that. And sure enough, yep, he goes into the Machinedramon. With Machinedramon's effect, looks like he's tucking under a Metal Greymon, so he's going to have the ability to swing into. So here he can really do some board control. He can swing into one of my Mons while popping another one. The smart play would be obviously removing the Sukamons. So he elects to attack into the Platinum Sukamon and pop with them out. Not sure that's the right play there, but we go ahead and use the Pagumon effect. We de-digivolve with the Platinum Suka, and then the Chumon will let him play himself back out. And what's fun about the Sukamon deck is that the Chumons just keep recurring themselves. Whenever a Sukamon dies, it plays itself back out, and then this Chumon has the effect of, when played, trash an Edamon or Sukamon to get a Sukamon back from trash, which is letting us go ahead and recycle that Platinum Sukamon that's going to be very key in this matchup. And then we have the Search Sukamon going. Why he didn't just get rid of the semi-vanilla security Sukamon, I think that's what I would have done. And instead, he just kind of gave me more resources by going ahead and swinging into my on deletion effect Sukamons. So I think that was a big misplay on the Machinedramon player's part, but we go ahead, we swing in with the Sukamon, hit security, we know it's going to die, and we do the same thing. We de-digivolve again, we play out a Chumon again, and it's just a question of what Chumon do we play back out. We could just play that same Chumon over and over again to keep cycling the Platinum Sukamon, which isn't a bad play. Looks like we have some decisions to make, and yeah, we do go ahead and bring back that same Chumon so that we can use its on-play effect. We trash a card with Sukamon in its name, which Suka's Curse does count, so that we can get back that Platinum Numamon, or Platinum Sukamon, sorry. Swing, our other Suka dies, and then we go into the Platinum again to just continue to be annoying. That Platinum Sukamon has come back twice already, so he definitely, I think, a key component of this deck to kind of play it aggro with some control aspects, especially against decks that try to build up. So he decides to swing in Clash, which just de-digivolves him further and lets me play out a... Looks like we're playing out the other Chumon that reduces our evolution cost next turn. So I guess in case he chokes us, we climb up again a little further. I think we have some... Do we have something else in hand? I guess we have another Numamon that we want to go into in hand. Or another Sukamon, sorry. I keep saying Numamon. So we have the Memory Blocker Chumon up. Now we have our... Yep, we have another Platinum on board. In case we didn't need to recur the other one, we had another one in hand. And it looks like we have a lot of Sukamons in trash now, so we should be able to, if we wanted to, go ahead and go into the King Sukamon. Oh, but looks like we go ahead and drop the Garamon so that we can trash another Garamon to draw 2. So we choke him to 2. He can go into Machinedramon again here, get some pieces. Doesn't really find a piece he needs. That's actually a pretty bad search for him. He does get the Analog Man. And now that puts us in a good position, because here we can go ahead and... we can drop something in the back. We should evolve in the Raising. And then we go ahead and swing Platinum. It'll help us. Oh, it survives, unfortunately. If it had gone down, we could have used that to de-digivolve that Machinedramon. And see, this is what I mean by Platinum Sukamon can be so disruptive. It just keeps de-digivolving, and he keeps having to get resources back. He had to build all the way back up because we had de-digivolved that Machinedramon all the way back to a level 3 Digimon. So we go ahead and looks like we're digivolving into the King Sukamon to turn his Machinedramon into a Sukamon for the turn. So that should slow him down a bit. He's not going to be able to be as aggressive as he may want to be. So we'll see what he does here. Looks like he starts building another stack in the back. We have the Dorumon. I think he's just deciding whether he wants to just go ahead and swing with it anyway. I think he swings in, and we're trying to decide if the Metal Mamamon effect still goes in, but I believe he still keeps his typing, so it should still go. And he elects to pop the Chumon there. And he was swinging into Platinum Sukamon, so we just de-digivolve him further. Lets me play back the Chumon, which we're trying to keep this Chumon on board, so in case he wants to play out, hard play the Machinedramon from EX1 to try to get memory back. And here we go again, another Platinum Sukamon. And here we can go ahead and swing with 2 checks. We decide not to use the effect to pop the Platinum. We decide to swing in with the Platinum and swing in with different Digimon to go for game. And that is game. I had the choice whether to swing for the extra check and de-digivolve him anyway, but decided if I hit something that popped the Chumon and I self-popped the Platinum Sukamon, then I wouldn't have been able to go for game, so I thought the best state there was to swing with each individual one to give myself a better chance at survival there. So here we go, game 2, and he's missing pieces. He just goes with the Haguru to get some search on. We go ahead and build up into a Sukamon and raising, and then we drop, I want to say that's a Chumon. It's hard to see. The glare is horrible in that spot, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. He's able to go Numa to Metal Tyranno, so really nice build up there up front, but he's got nothing in raising. So now we're deciding what we want to do with it. We have 2 memory here. And we decided to go ahead and go with the Cooties kick here to swing Sukamon, make him unblockable, and if it dies, which it does because it is only a 1K, we gain 3 memory. So pluses off of that. We get our on deletion effect to search some pieces, see what we want to run with. We pick up, I think we pick up the Sukamon. I don't see why we wouldn't pick up the Sukamon. I think that makes the most sense there. I think we have Chumons in hand, but it looks like we pick up the Chumon after all. Okay. Oh, because we want to fill up we want Sukamons in trash. I think that's the tricky part here, is that we want Sukamons in trash, and then we get to play a Chumon back. This Chumon is the newest BT14 Chumon, which lets you take the top of security and put a Sukamon to the top, or Sukamon in name, which Suka's Curse allows you to do that. So we get to place Suka's Curse at the top of security. It's the Sukamon deck, and so here we go. Sukamon for 1 over that, and then we can swing in with this one. It lets him, attack of the heavy machine. So he'll get to trash something to be able to pop it. He pops the other Chumon, interestingly enough. Now we got to think about what we're going to do here. We got 2 memory. What can we do? And looks like we just play a Tamer. Oh, we play in the starter deck tie. The reason we play the starter deck tie is because our King Edamon turns everything to blocker, so being able to utilize that tie with a wall of little Suka blockers comes in clutch sometimes. And so here we go. We see the Machinedramon back on board, but it's the EX1, so he doesn't really have anything. He's just building a stack with the EX1. So now we have turn. We have a basic Suka on board. We go Chumon and raising. I think that's one of my favorite Chumons now, just because being able to recur the Platinum Sukamon and just keep hammering the aggro with Platinum Sukamon, because it's so disruptive. That D-Digivolve 1, so small but so disruptive, especially with a lot of go tall decks. So we swing in, we die, we use our effect to search for, I think we can only grab Suka's Curse. Oh, I think we can grab, yeah, we can grab an Edamon. So we get the King Edamon, and then Chumon effect. We see which Chumon we want to bring back out. Being able to just swing in with little bodies and replay the little bodies, and then yep, there's the play. We play it out. It's the one that reduces the evolution cost, so we go right into the Platinum for 1, and then we just drop a Garamon to trash that King Eda to draw 2 more. And see, Platinum Sukamon, if he goes ahead and swings into it or deletes it as such, he's just going to D-Digivolve himself 1, and then... And he should have D-Digivolved 1 right there. I'm not sure why he didn't. Oh, he D-Digivolved us. That's right. That's right. He went to Chaos, which D-Digivolved us himself, which is the smart move. Then he doesn't worry about being D-Digivolved himself. He swings in, but he forgets that we stacked Suka's Curse right on top, which is going to be a little annoying for him. And then he just drops your Guardramon there. So now we're actually kind of threatening lethal. If it wasn't for that blocker, we'd kind of be threatening lethal right here, because he's only got 2 security. And here we go, and we have enough Sukas to turn his other into... Oh, I think he's just asking questions about the Suka. So now we've turned his whole board into Sukamons, which is going to give our King 3 checks? 3 checks at 6k? But the problem is we Digivolved over Garamon, which means we won't have the protection. It would have been nice if we had that protection to be able to reroute the attack so that we can delete the Machinedramon or something like that. So we go ahead and go in. We're going to have 4 checks. We died to the first check. Technically, he still has blocker. He can block with that Sukamon, which is actually bigger than the Sukamon on our side, if I'm not mistaken. So we swing in. We get the last check. And then we can play out something here. Play out the Memory Chumon, and then he's getting ready to go ahead and block. So I think we decide to, yep, we play a Chumon, which lets us add from security, and then place a security Sukamon to the top. So yeah, there's a few different lines of play we can play with this Sukamon. I really like just recurring the Platinum Sukamon and constantly de-Digivolving, but that doesn't change the board state. Being able to, with this Chumon, being able to hard play it so that we can stack the top of security with either Suka's Curse or security. Sukamon does come in play to kind of help us be a little more aggressive or controlled, depending on which way you play it. And so now he's going to go ahead and swing in. I believe we got the Sukamon to play out. And he goes into another Machinedramon. But he never got an analog on board to give himself a reroute. I believe he does have a blocker somewhere in the stack, but he doesn't have the reroute. So we just swing in. Oh, this is where he asks. He's like, "Can you just end it with Chumon for me?" He preferred me to go for game with Chumon. So that is the game. I guess he didn't have blocker. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. Hope you guys come back next time.